welcome back to another episode of A Lady's Garden, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. We're going to start here in the circle garden, and as you can see in the circle garden, what you're not seeing are the dahlias. So this is what happened with the dahlias. I planted them, I had high hopes, and then I noticed a little bit of ant activity around each dahlia, just about each dahlia. So upon closer inspection, I saw the ants carrying, you know when you look at ants, you can see if they have food in their mouth. Like if you had a picnic and they got to your picnic basket and then they scurry off with a little bit of something in their mouth. That's what I was seeing, or in their, their little, whatever you call it. So anyway, I saw that. And I didn't think anything of it, but I wondered what food source they were retrieving and then taking back to their nest. So I noticed one of the dahlias weren't blooming, and then I wanted to see what was going on. So curiosity led me to dig it up. I didn't want to wait any longer. The other 7, so there were 8 in this area, and so one of the 8 weren't blooming. So I dug it up, and when I dug it up, it was totally, completely rotted out. It was mushy, and the dahlia, the tuber itself, the tuber of the dahlia was like the skin came off, and it revealed what looked like to me, I guess I can describe it as a kiwi. Not kiwi in color, the green, but like a kiwi iridescent kind of body. So if you ever peeled a kiwi and you looked at the fruit without the skin, that's what it kind of looked like to me. So clearly it was no good. It was not going to send up a shoot or any kind of thing. As the days went by, I kept noticing more and more ants around each dahlia. So I decided to do an inspection. I dug it up, and lo and behold, ants and other critters or insects were eating away at the dahlia tubers, and it was disappointing, and it was pretty disgusting. So I went ahead and I dug them all up, because it was obviously going to inhibit the growth of the dahlia, even though there were shoots, and they were really trying. But all of the dahlias in this area were completely rotted. I won't even post a picture or show you what I taped, because I did tape it. It was disgusting. There were ants, there were, I guess, maggots, little white, little squirmy looking things, everything. It was just disgusting. So I dug out a big clump of dirt along with it. Now, I understand there are beneficial insects that keep everything in balance in the soil, but there was no reason for me to keep those dahlias. They were rotted, they were soft, they were squishy, they looked like I said, a tan kiwi without the skin. It was pretty gross. So I dug them all out, and it was pretty disappointing. But then my husband and I, we go to garden stores, and we were walking around, and then we saw David Austin roses. And I didn't say anything. I mean, he's heard me talk about David Austin roses before, and there they were. So we came back home, and he said, hey, I know the dahlias were a disappointment. Why don't we go back and get David Austin roses? Now, my husband's very generous, and he understands my garden addiction. But we all know David Austin roses are certainly an investment. Just like, I guess for me, I have a garden budget, and I try to stick to that garden budget, and getting David Austin roses around this time of year was probably past my garden budget, but he offered, and it was very sweet, because he knew I really wanted the dahlias for this area. He knew I really wanted to have something, in this area, eventually permanent. David Austin roses, or rose, was always in the back of my mind, but I was thinking about Gora instead. But he knows I like roses, and if you can see up there, the drift roses are coming into their prime, which is very exciting. So he put the offer on the table, and it was pretty exciting. And then I kind of hesitated, because you don't want to take advantage, but I guess if it's your husband, you should take advantage, right? Anyway, we went back, and guess what? I got David Austin roses, and they're so pretty. Let me show you them in place. Okay, here they are, and they're just so lovely. I'm so excited, and I'm so thankful, and I feel so just, giddy with excitement. Oh, it was so sweet of him to do that. So thank you very much, hubby. Love you very much. But here they are. So I'm a person, I like things to match, and I'm a little obsessed with things matching. But when we got there, because we saw it, then we came home, then after the offer was made and I was excited, then we went back. So at first I wanted all of the same roses in this area, but then they didn't have 4 of the same rose. So let me step in here. They had 2 of this, very beautiful, and they had 2 of this one. Okay, we stood there for about, I would say, a good 15 minutes, considering, do I just get the 2 and wait? But I'll be honest, in my area, it's very hard to come by these. This wasn't purchased in a big box store. This was purchased in like a private garden center. They probably ordered, and from what I was told, they ordered it, and they probably aren't going to reorder anymore. Even standing there, sometimes I'll pull out my phone and look something up online. Even online, they were all out of stock. Oh my word. So we stood there for about, a good bit, and we considered, do I just get the 2 and wait for the other 2? And then he, recommended, he said, well, why have the same flower? Just get 2 of each. I like pink. I love pink roses. I love red roses as well, but in the back garden, I wanted pinks and purple, white. Didn't want to go red or orange. I mean, I do have yellow in the daylilies, but I wanted a more peaceful, kind of subdued garden color palette back here. And these are just lovely. Long story short, we got 2 of each. We got 2 of each because they do favor one another in color, and what the other one has in more of a dominance, the other one kind of picks up in a more softer color, if that makes sense. Basically, they complement each other. But yeah, so I have them. Even the box is pretty. I'm not ever getting rid of these boxes. I mean, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful rose. The fragrance is so lovely. Like, I'm carrying it over here, and it just perfumes your area that you're in close proximity of it. It's very lovely. So to have this as a centerpiece in my garden is just a dream. While we are working in this garden, I would like to share another update in another part of the garden. So as I've mentioned before, this is the Mother Mary garden. And Mother Mary was actually tucked back there. You can see this stone that I had her on. One of the viewers suggested that Mother Mary would look lovely in between, kind of nestled in the boxwoods. And I thought about it and I said, let's just try that. And I did. And I have to say, thank you very much for that suggestion, because I like it a lot. It kind of completes what was intentionally meant to be a Mother Mary garden. So now she became the star of the garden again. And I really like the idea. So I wanted to give a shout out to Pratha Laura. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Forgive me if I don't. But thank you very much for the suggestion. I really like her up here. And yeah, so that's pretty cool. I like when, ideas, people share ideas and they come to pass, and then after you try it and you really like it. So now let's go back to the roses. So I am going to just go ahead, plant them in, water them in. It's supposed to rain the next 2 days here. So I'm thinking I'm going to hold off on mulching. Let it, let the rain do its job, and then after, probably throughout the week, I'll go ahead and mulch afterwards. But just wanted to give you guys the update. I'm going to be giving a garden tour soon. The roses, drift roses, are in bloom, so usually I would like to give a tour when they're in bloom. I have some other projects to just finish up, and then I kind of like the daylilies to be in bloom when I give the garden tour, but we'll see. But I hope everyone's having a great day. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for your ideas, and I will see you guys in the next video. Happy gardening, fellow gardeners. Bye.